Good morning, everybody. So I'm feeling a little bit vindicated this morning. I watched a video last night by Jeff of Veg Source, who went into the history of veganism going back to Donald Watson, and gets into how even in the early days of the vegan society in Britain, it was hijacked by animal rights activists. And the animal rights activists almost destroyed veganism as a community back then because of their extreme ideology, which I believe the same thing has happened over the last few years on social media, on YouTube. And, for myself, now Jeff here is making a distinction between veganism as a diet, which is more or less coming from the perspective of Donald Watson, versus the animal rights activist. And for myself, in the 9 years that I was vegan, I always promoted it as a diet, something that I did for health reasons, for selfish reasons. And I've done a number of videos where I've warned against animal rights activism, hijacking veganism for its own agenda. I've warned against vegan extremism and vegan ideology such as anti-speciesism. And, I've more or less been, for the most part, being unheard or ignored. And part of that has to do with the fact that as a YouTuber, I'm not that popular. I'm a small channel, always have been. My channel is gradually growing in subscribership, but at an absolute snail's pace. In fact, snails move faster. That's okay. I value my core audience, people who do appreciate my content. But I have to admit the fact that, and this is a conclusion that I had to come to myself, because you do question, well, hey, I've been doing a lot of videos for a long time, and I'm just not going anywhere. What's wrong? And the only conclusion that I can come up with is, there's a number of reasons, but I think it comes down to personality. I just don't have the right kind of stuff that makes me attractive for video. And, it's something that certain people, they just have that personality, they have that charisma, they have a certain something that makes them very popular in a certain area, like YouTube. I'm not one of those people. So I've accepted the fact that my channel is more like a hobby. I have fun with it, and I really appreciate the people that do watch it. So, and I'm going to put up whatever I want. I don't have to get all worried about, is this going to get 1 million views or whatever. It's not a living for me. So yeah, that aside, I have felt like a lone voice for a number of years now, because I have, been saying basically the stuff that was said last night in this video by Jeff of Veg Source. Now, Jeff, he's got there's something else going on here. This video is not just about teaching us about the history of veganism. He's also, it's a strategic direct attack against the vegan couple, those crazy Rottle 4 lunatics that they first attacked his daughters, Nina and Randa, for accidentally eating honey. Oh, that actually, before I go any further, talking about honey, if you're into honey at all, I came across this stuff. It's pure natural African wild honey from Mole Game Reserve, Ghana. This stuff is liquid gold. It's amazing. Here, just give you a little peek at what it looks like. Look at that. Oh man. Wow. There's nothing like it. As far as honey goes, I've never tasted anything like this. And let me just read a little bit of the description. Pure natural African wild honey from Mole Game Reserve is a dark cream honey with unique antibacterial, healing, and numerous medicinal properties. The bees derive their honey from different flowering nectars in the Mulgame Reserve. So there you go. It has to do with the kind of flowers that the bees pollinate. Yeah, where was I? Okay, so yeah, now vegans are speaking up and they are drawing the line in the sand. They're saying, look, we can't have these crazy fanatics a part of the vegan movement. And there's another vegan also speaking out. That's Vegan Cheetah. His channel, I watch it. I can't help it. I mean, in talking about attractive personalities, people that that are easy to watch on video on YouTube. Vegan Cheetah is definitely one of those guys. He's funny, he's outrageous, but he actually has some good content, and he's calling out these vegan extremists that claim to be animal rights activists. And it's about time. I'm glad to see this. But yeah, so, and the vegan couple are, they fit that category. They are the worst, I think, of them all, because they're just friggin' nuts. They're crazy. I mean, I got into a debate with the wife about vasectomies and having children, and rest assured, her views about the world, and she talked about, we're on this fourth manifestation of, all this stuff that's happening in the world. She has a very bleak view about the outcome of our planet. And I mean, there's more going on there than just the vegan stuff. And it's crazy shit, let me tell you. So stay away from them. Do yourself a favor, Yeah, and I encourage, even though I am no longer vegan, I still take an interest in what's going on in veganism. And, I would love, I'm a plant-based omnivore at this time. I eat, meat once a week, and I'm vegan every other day. I have people say, oh, you are not, you're not only not vegan now on the days that you don't eat meat, but you never were vegan. And again, that's coming from that extreme ideology that somehow, becoming vegan is waking up, being enlightened to, the reality of cruelty against animals, blah, 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 blah. And even though I was vegan, I have people telling me that I never was vegan. Even though I was vegan for 9 years, I have people telling me I was never vegan because I went back to eating meat after 9 years. And this makes me laugh, because the people that are telling me this some of them have only been vegans for 6 months. And they're telling me that even though I was 100% plant-based for 9 years, doesn't matter. You canceled that out the moment you ate meat. And that's how stupid all of this really is. And how, vegans draw the line in the sand. Distance yourself from the animal rights activists. Distance yourself from the extremists and from the anti-speciesists, the abolitionists, all of those. Get them out of your movement and get to the source of what it's really all about. It's about following an amazing diet that can be really beneficial for your health. And that's what it was for me in the 9 years that I was following veganism. So why did I stop? Okay, I'm going to get into that in my next video. I'm simply just running out of time here. I've got to get going. I've got to meet my son. We're going to be going out today. But someone asked me this in my comment section. Why, if veganism, if I was experiencing health benefits from veganism, why did I, after 9 years, decide to eat meat again? And what are the health benefits I'm experiencing from reintroducing meat back into my diet? I will do a video on that soon and get it up so you guys can watch it, whoever is watching me. Wild berries, bananas, and pineapple. Have a great day.